Alright, welcome to Integers video number 1. This is a 3-part series. This is your first video. Okay, just to let you know, your objective is, as a student, you should be able to plot, order, and compare integers. You will need your graphic organizer. This one can be found in the box under graphic organizer number 1. Okay? First question is, once again, your objective. You should be able to plot, order, and compare integers, and that first question is, what is an integer? That's also the first question on your graphic organizer, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, what is an integer? Well, an integer is a whole number that is either greater than 0 or less than 0. Numbers that are greater than 0 are positive. Numbers that are less than 0 are negative. These can be visualized on a number line. If you look very closely, you will see that positive numbers are increasing to the right. Okay? You simply have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You do notice that they're on the right of the origin. Okay? What is the origin? Well, the origin means 0. That's all it simply means, but that is a mathematical vocabulary word that you must know. Okay? We also have negative numbers, and negative numbers can be found on the bottom on the left side. Notice that we start with -1, and then we move to -2, and -3, and we continue to move. Okay? We'd have over here, maybe negative 15. We continue all the way down. Right? Moving on. This is going to go fast. Positive numbers are simply a number greater than 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And remember, they're on the right side of the number line. Okay? Some positive numbers. We also might call those credits, allowances, deposits, or profits. You might see 3 other types of positive numbers. You might see above sea level, above par in golf, and you might see above freezing temperatures. Moving on, the next slide, once again, just like the last one's going to go very quick. You might need to pause just in case you can't get it all written down. Okay? We have negative numbers. Negative numbers are numbers that are less than 0. They are on the left side of the origin, and you notice that we start with -1, then -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Negative numbers may also be called debits, bills, withdrawals, losses, and debts. And if you paid very close attention to your entry document, you might also want to know below par, below sea level, and below 0 temperatures. All 3 of those things, in addition to the ones that we have listed, are very important. Hey, negative numbers are used to show debt, and very simply, debt is when you owe someone money. I think of these as bills. I don't like owing anyone money, and the bigger my debt is, the less money I'm going to have. That's important to know. Integers on a number line. Very simply, all we need to do is plot them. Remember, part of your objective is that you should be able to plot them on a number line. Very simple, plotting just means we need to find them. Well, we found -4 and we found -1. Okay? In order to plot them, all we simply need to do is put a dot at -4, and we need to put a dot at 1. Okay? Now, there's a little hint here. Remember, numbers increase going from left to right. That means any number to the right is bigger than the ones on the left. Okay? So, -4 is bigger than -5. -3 is bigger than -5. -2 is bigger than -5. And -1 is bigger than -5. I know that looks funny and that's kind of tricky, but you have to remember, think about it as money. Which one gives you more money? A bill of $5 or a bill of $1? You're going to have more money if you only owe somebody $1. It's something to remember. Okay? Moving on. So, what do we do with integers? Remember, they're whole numbers, so we can pretty much do anything with them. We can plot them on a number line or on a coordinate plane. We can compare them, we can order them, we can add them, we can subtract them, multiply, and divide them. Okay? One of the things you need to know, though, about integers, they are not fractions, they are not decimals. Alright, comparing. When we compare, we use 3 inequality signs. These are our 3 inequality signs. We have less than, equal to, or greater than. So, very simply, we're going to compare them. In order to compare them, okay, we're going to go ahead and set up a situation where, first of all, we need to find them on a number line, like we just did, -4 and 1. Okay, remember, numbers increase going from left to right, meaning the number on the right is always the biggest. That's why it's eating the number 1. So, here we go. We've got 3 examples for you to see how to do it as well. Here we go. Alright, remember, the numbers on the right is the largest. That means that's the one that we want to eat. So think about it. Okay, let's go ahead and use a number line. That's our strategy that we're going to use. If you do not already know this skill or you have trouble, you must be using this strategy. So we make a quick number line. We don't have to label all the numbers like we do below, but we've got them here. So let's start. Let's plot -2 and 3. Notice the 3 is on the right. That means it is bigger. That means we're going to eat it. Very simple. We think about a number line. Let's go to example number 2. This one, we have -6 and -3. We're going to do the same thing. -6 and -3. Which one's on the right? Well, -3 is on the right, so it's bigger. Now, this is one that everybody's like, well, wait a minute, isn't the 6 larger than the 3? Well, that's just a digit, okay? We have to remember, when we thought about money, okay, you're going to have more money if you only owe me $3 instead of owing me 6. You're going to get to keep more of your money, and that's really important, so -3 is a bigger number than -6. Remember, numbers get bigger as they go from left to right. They get smaller the farther to the left that they go. Okay? Moving on. Example number 3. We have -10 and -8. Let's plot -10 and let's plot -8. Which one's bigger? Well, if we remember our rule over here, the number on the right is the largest, so that's the one that we want to eat. And let's just think about it. Which one would you rather have? A bill for $8 or a bill for $10? I'd rather only owe somebody $8. That's the one that's greatest. That's the best one. So I think that I always want to eat the best one. That's what I'm doing. Alright, now, before we get completely finished, we're going to show you one thing before I end the video. Okay? And that is simply ordering integers. So, I'm going to make a list. We're going to say we have -3. We've got 2. We've got -1, 0, and let's say we've got 1. We're going to go ahead and order those numbers. Very simply, the strategy is, let's make a number line. This is our number line. We're going to make it real nice and neat. Not really. Mr. Williams can't draw very nice. Here is our origin, and our origin is where we put 0. We're also going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, and I'll even put in 4 there, even though our numbers don't go that high. On the left side, we're going to go ahead and put, if my finger recognizes it, -1. We're going to put -2. We're going to put -3, and we'll even put -4. Okay? So here's all we need to do. We're going to go ahead and find those points on our number line. The first one I'm going to do is -3. Well, where's it at? It can be found right here. Next thing we're going to do is find 2. We're going to go ahead and plot that one right there. We're going to plot -1 right there. We've got 0, which is our origin, and we've got 1. Now, we simply need to put them in order. Let's say we're going to put them in order from least to greatest. Well, that's simple. The smallest ones are always on the left. Okay, so if the smallest ones are on the left, we're going to start here. That means -3, -1, 0, 1, and 2. We just ordered integers. Simply, that's all we need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need any help with this skill, simply sign up for a workshop. You are about to work on worksheet number 1. Please remember that when you're grading, if you miss more than 2, you'll need to come back and get some help. I'm always here. There's others available as well. And I'd like to tell you that it is official. You have completed your terrible video with Mr. Williams, which is Introduction to Integers. Have a wonderful evening.